Welcome in, welcome in. This is a place with tremendous money to be made. I can't believe there's nobody else commentating this really. I'm hoping to begin doing this live within the next few days. But I think 2025 is going to be a big year for the skin market here on CS2. It's seen tremendous jumps in the last 5 years. For example, I know a lot of people, like, let me tell you this. If you have any amount of money that you want to spare and throw into some cases or something right now, and what's on the screen right now is a great example of this, you will be getting your money worth because listen to what happened to me, all right? And a lot of people that and I know some wealthy people that have put some money into these cases, and they are sitting at literally 100 times profit. It's incredible. A lot of people don't know about it right now. The market took off in China a little bit with this game and allowed some of the cases to really go up in price where they used to be like down earlier. That's part of the reason why it's up. But there's also just limited cases. Like a lot of these cases are older cases. When they become rare, they don't drop anymore. There's only a limited number of them. So if you could buy a bunch of them when they're really cheap, you know they're never going to drop again. They can only go up in price. And the CS2 market's pretty stable, so you know as long as there's a limited number of some, it's going to go up, especially with cases, especially with older cases. So a lot of people bought in really, really cheap, especially on like the breakout case. Let me show you here on the breakout case. This is the first daily check-in we're doing. I'm going to do some live streams later. I can't believe nobody else is doing these, but folks, I'm just telling you, 2025 is going to be a big year for cases. So is 2026. We've got the numbers are dwindling. I mean, let's start looking at the numbers. So let's bring up the breakout cases here. These are $8.23. Okay, maybe 6 years ago or so. Um, I had some like a certain number of hundreds of them and some other investors I knew had a certain number of hundreds of them when they were 3 cents, right? So that's nothing. You can buy thousands of them when they're 3 cents, right? And I want you to look at right now what they are. They're $8.29. Um, somewhere around there, 21 cents right now. It's always fluctuating, but it's only going to go up because there's a limited number of them permanently. So Um, yeah, there's a lot of money to be made. Uh, I think not really particularly there because it's so high already and it's so inflated with like the quantity. But if you go to something like, let's look at something like uh, the Horizon case. I like this case a lot because it's a little bit of an older one and it still has it's a little bit of an older one, but it doesn't have a ton of cases up for sale. So eventually, when it starts dwindling down to be 2,000, 3,000, it's going to shoot up, is what I believe is going to happen eventually. And I know there's a lot of investors that do have these cases and they're going to offload them slowly. But I think the market has really been stabilizing lately on the CS2 market, similar to how the world economy goes. The market kind of follows a lot of world economic trends sometimes, but it also is a lot more stable than the world economy because it's, or not the world economy, than like a certain country's economy because it's built up of everybody's cases that like it's not just people in the US owning this. This is a separate market from just one country. This is the US, China, uh, anywhere in Europe. It's completely global, so it's a very stable market, and a lot of investors got in on this at a very low number, and I do believe this is still a very low number. So, if you saw what happened with those breakout cases, the Horizon case is slightly newer case than that, but it's still one of the older cases in CS:GO. So this one, yeah, I feel like is going to have tremendous growth here soon, and it's still or it has the potential for growth still, and it's still what would you say? Sorry, this is my first time learning to get better at this, but um, it has a lot of potential to grow, and it's still cheap, so you can buy them in the thousands. Like if you had like 5 grand, you wanted to invest in something, you could throw it in this, and then yeah, you know what I'm saying? It would drive up the market, and then anybody else that would invest later, it would keep driving up the market. Um, I don't have a ton of these. I have like a couple thousand of these, so anything that happens to the market on these won't really affect me. I'm thinking of porting out a few $1,000s and buying some myself on the horizon. So this is practice what you preach, you know what I'm saying on these. But um, I think these are going to go up a lot in the next 2 years, especially. And if you look at what's gone on with these in the last 40 days, um, if you go ahead, not even just in December, in late November, about 1 month ago, we were seeing about $1.15 fetch for these, and then in just a month's time, we've seen growth slightly to $1.50, and now currently sitting at about $1.30 is the asking price for the Horizons. And again, I believe this is only going to really, really rise in the next 2 years. The supplies are beginning to dwindle on these because in previous years there used to be like 20, 30,000 constantly listed on the market. It's getting down into just being under 10,000, and I've seen the prices go up in the by about 40 cents at times lately, just within the last month. So I just want everybody to get in on this. I want everybody to know about this that's out there. Um, and yeah, so this is just one of these cases. There's a tremendous amount of cases, though. Let's go ahead and peek all of these. And we're going to be doing streams. We're the only ones out here doing live coverage. So shout out to you boys. Shout out to you boys. Go subscribe. Appreciate you guys for coming out. Clutch cases. I think that's a really good buy. I actually have zero of these, but they're only 52 cents for a buy right now. The only thing with these is there's not too many extremely desirable skins in them, and that's why even though it's a way older case, it's still at 52 cents. So I still believe it'll go up though in the future to at least if you say $4 in maybe 4 or 5 years, because again, there's always going to be a limited supply. Um, you're still going to be making like 6x profit or whatever you put into it. So just keep that in mind. The Prisma cases are good too. That has some good skins in there. The revolver case, see, this is one of those that's down. It's one of the way older cases that's way down in the counts, and it's gonna keep driving the market price up. You see how, again, look at those Horizon cases of how there's 8,000 on the market right now, and that's about $1.30. With these, revolver cases, we're sitting at about uh, 4,000 on the market for about 270. So just think about how many are going to get opened and used in that time and bought, and how many are dwindling with like the horizons and shit. And see, you can apply that to every single case in the market, um, especially with the older ones, the rare cases. Do your research on one of the rare cases, but and that is the horizon case, the glove case, the revolver case, the falchion case. These are all rare cases that do not drop anymore, and therefore can only climb in price because there's only going to be a limited number. And the CS2 market is here to stay, so it's very strong. So for investors out there, maybe you just have you're one of those guys that's been saving up a lot of extra money, or you got some money in your retirement, whatever. You can tell your family about this. I'm telling you guys, in maybe 10 years time, this is going to be tremendous gains. Again, I got in maybe about 4 years ago on a lot of these, and I've seen for me currently about 30x profit. Um, because of now, I'm not talking about any gambling, anything like that. That is not what this channel is for. This is purely the CS2 case market. Uh, exchange. Not particularly with cases or with skins too much, just cases. The danger zones are looking good. So you see one of these? The danger zones have good skins in them. It has a Asimov and the Neo Noe. So you see, there's still a ton on the market, but because it's got some good skins in there, it's sitting at about $1. But imagine these, when it gets down to 8,000 on the market eventually, because I do believe these are a rare case now. So when it does get down to those low numbers, we'll get really, expensive into $4. So if you think you go ahead and buy, if you have 40 grand laying around, you can buy, you know, 40 grand of these, which would flip the market currently. But you know what I'm saying? Just that sort of level of investment could get you 20x profit. Honestly, if you have that level of money, like one person throwing that into this market could you could inflate your own money and make so much money on the low, but you'd be spending against yourself, so you wouldn't be making money exactly. But um, you would have to wait for it to stabilize, and maybe some investors previously put their cases up and then wait for it to stabilize, buy another, thousands at that price or whatever. But there's only a certain number of investors with the cases, so it's only going to go up eventually. So if you want to buy in, become an investor, it's a great time to do it. This is a groundbreaking time. It's not going to be like this for long. I believe all of these are going to go up to the $5, $8 range in about 5 years at least, maybe 8 years at most, 5 years at minimum. Um, Maybe even shorter than that. I believe within the next 2 years they could gain each $1, $2. So just watch out for this market. I want everybody to get in on this. Thank you all for coming out. I'm going to be streaming soon, so please watch out for this economy. Get in while you're young, you have the opportunity while it's young. I'm just trying to help people out there make some money, but this is not a pyramid scheme. This is all for you. Do your own research. Get in here. Let's make some money. If I would get it, I get skins from like Skinport and shit. It's a little bit cheaper, and it's buying directly from people, so they can get the money immediately, and it is cheaper than the Steam market. But the Steam market is, in my opinion, like the most stable market uh, in terms of where you're gonna see like the value of what it's at. Uh, and I just enjoy using this. So yeah, thanks for coming out. If you do have any cases or you are interested in the market, anything, please comment. I want to hear what you got to say. Please, this is a interactive channel. Please tell me what you got to say, what you feel about it. But anyways, I'll catch you on the next one, and peace out.